coming holiday, your year. And then just breathe. So allow your mind to be still. Good morning. Oh, hi, Elise. Good morning. Are you alone? Or is Josh with you? Great. Awesome. All right, so we're good. Nice to see you. Let your belly soften again. Relax your neck and shoulders wherever the arms are. Keep them relaxed. So if they're out in front of you, just let the arms rest on the floor, or maybe even take one hand on top of the other. Push the hips back. And again, if you have blocks, keep them nearby, maybe one on each side of your mat, as they do come in very handy for a lot of reasons. Most of them are very useful. So start to breathe across the spaces from side to side and from top to bottom. And just feel the breath as a release, as a distraction from the thoughts. So we begin to focus on the breath as opposed to the thoughts, the distractions all around us. And so now if your arms are not outstretched, go ahead and stretch them out and take the palms together so the thumbs are facing up. You're resting on the blade side of your pinkies. And then bring your hands to the nape of your neck in a prayer. Also, to stretch out the triceps a little bit. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Take another breath as you release the arms back to the floor. Spread your fingers, reach your fingers all the way forward. Now make that active. Push the hips back a little bit more. Everything but your hands are off the floor. Shoulders are back away from the ears. On the inhaling breath, draw your heel of your hands towards your knees, and then round your spine up, head down, separate your legs so they're underneath or they're in line with your knees. And then arch your back, sweep your chest up and forward, straighten out your body and come onto your belly. Separate your feet as wide as the short edge of your mat. Walk your hands out off the mat, so if you can't see, off the mat. I'll move my blocks a little bit. Tense your fingers, push your pubic bone down, and just give a little lift to the chest, little assistance with the hands. Crown of the head long in front of you, tailbone down behind you. As you exhale, come on down to the floor, keep your fingers as they are. Inhale, lift up, push your pubic bone down. Legs are strong, crown of the head still looking forward. I'm only looking up so I can see you, but don't arch your neck back or don't lift your neck back. Exhale, come on down. This time walk your hands a little further out and raise a little bit higher. Good, lift your shoulders back and down. And then empty the breath, come on out. Take your arms out to the letter T. Crown of the head or forehead down to the floor. Inhale, lift your chest up, lift your arms up, and now maybe lift your legs up for a variation of Shalabhasana, Locust Pose. Keep the legs up, stretch the arms back behind you, and then interlace your fingers, bring your legs a little closer if that's accessible to you. Pressing into the pubic bone, lift your heart, crown of the head forward, tailbone back, empty the breath, and exhale back to the floor. Palms up, turn your head to one side or the other. Let your toes turn in, let your hips release, shoulders down. Inhale back to center, palms down, top of the foot, shin down, chest lifts, legs lift, arms lift. And then if you'd like to, stretch your arms into super person and reach and reach and reach in two directions. As you exhale, feet down, hands down, push to your heels and tuck your toes underneath you. Good, push your hips back to your heels. And sitting in a child's pose with our toes tucked underneath us. Walk your hands back to your knees. Lift yourself up, and then sit back on your heels, on your toes, I'm sorry. Some of you will have your heels down. Open your knees wide and walk your arms out in front of you to the edges of your mat as the knees come around the triceps. And then pull your belly in and around, release, let your head come down. And then inhale, lift your chest up, bring your knees together, walk your hands back to the knees or towards the toes. Lift yourself up and come onto your fingertips. Hug your knees a little bit closer together. And if it's okay for you again, hands on your thighs or to your heart. Some of you will take your arms up. You choose. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and exhale, hands to the floor, heel of the hand down. Stretch the legs straight. You're at the back of your mat. Take 2 fists in between your feet. And then bend your knees enough so that your hands, the heel of your hands, are on the floor in front of your toes. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold and let your head come down towards the floor. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. And just feel the length in the back side of the body. So some of you, again, will have your knees bent, hands on blocks, books, whatever you've got in front of you. And then tuck your chin to your chest, look upwards towards your belly button. And then begin to peel yourself off the floor, 1 vertebrae at a time, articulating your spine to rise up. Roll the shoulders back and around a couple times when you get there. And then stretch the arms down by your side. Spread your fingers, palms face the front of your mat. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Pull your shoulders up, back, and down. Open the collarbones, crown of the head to the sky. And then lift the toes up off the floor and place them down 1 at a time. Legs are firm and active, so feel like you're pushing your pinky toes out to the edges of your mat almost. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Take your right hand to your left wrist, turn the left palm to the sky. First 2 fingers connect. Lift out of your waistline, inhaling. And exhale up and over to the right side. Keep lifting the bottom side of your body up and in, so we have some nice lift and stretch and strengthen. Inhale, center, switch the arms. Right palm up, first 2 fingers together, lift out of your waistline. And then exhale up and over to the side. Lift up as if you were moving yourself over a ball. Good. Inhale back to your center. Open up your arms and release them back behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Point the knuckles down to the floor. Lift your heart up. And then exhale. Fold yourself in half. Head down, arms up. Send the weight into the balls of the feet. Bend the knees as much as you'd like or need. Inhale, release the hands out in front of your feet. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs, working the legs as straight as they want to. Inhale, halfway. Hands to your hips, rise up to stand. Take a little step forward to the front of your mat. Bring your feet closer together. Arms down by your side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, take the prayer to your heart center. Good. Inhale, do that again. Exhale, hands to prayer. Revisit your intention, reset it. Inhale, arms up. Keep it with you as you exhale, fold down to the floor. Hands on the floor, shins or on your blocks, halfway lift. Bend your knees and sit your weight back. You can have your legs separated or closer together, depending on you. Inhale, bring your hands by your sides, palms back like a downhill skier. Weight back into your heels. Keep your belly off your thighs and then stretch the arms forward and maybe up. Up will create a little bit more heat, maybe a little bit more tension in your neck, so listen to your body. Inhale, rise all the way up. Mild back bend or big at the top. Exhale, prayer to your heart. Bend your knees again. So sit down to a chair, and then as you rise up, take your left leg in the air with you. and step it back to a crescent lunge. Big step. So if you need to use your hands to get there, use your hands to get there. Shoulders, hips squared. Bring the arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, bend the arms and straighten the leg. And do that again, bend the front knee, arms up. Exhale, bend the arms, straighten the leg. One more time. Exhale. Now keep the arms as they are, bend the front knee, lean a little bit forward so there's energy in the right glute, the back leg, and then bring your hands back to your prayer. Tilt a little forward. Good. I don't care how you get there, but I want you to begin to float your back leg off the floor for warrior three. Keep the hands in prayer for now. Exhale, left knee to the chest slowly. If you have to touch down, you do. If you don't have to, try not to. Feet together. Arms down by your side. Inhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Bend your knees a lot now. Exhale, sit your weight back. Take your arms back downhill, skier style. Then inhale, reach the arms forward, hips back. Stay there or bring the arms up a little higher while the hips stay low. Looking good, guys. Inhale. Rise to stand. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Bend your knees, chair pose. Hands in prayer. Sit your weight back. On the inhale, rise up, right leg comes with you. Exhale, step it back, low lunge or high lunge, depending on what coast you're on sometimes. Inhale the arms up, sink a little lower. Exhale, bend the arms, straighten the front leg. Inhale, arms up, leg bends. Exhale, bend the arms, straighten the leg. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Now keep the arms as they are and bend the front leg again. Take prayer to the heart, lean forward. Start to activate the muscles in the back of the left side, right in your glutes. Leg is strong on the right side, and then begin to float. Doesn't matter if you do it in one step or 10. Warrior three, hips square, shoulders down. And from warrior three, bring the right knee to your chest. Set it down, arms by your side. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, prayer to heart, chair pose. Inhale, left leg lifts, torso comes up. Exhale, step it back. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, do a pump. Let's just do it once now. Bring the hands to your prayer. Good. This time as you lean forward, turn your back foot on its side. Actually, let's not turn our back foot on its side. Let's take our hands down to the floor and take your right hand on the inside of the right foot. Hug your hips in, breathe in and out. So you're in a reverse lunge. You might not feel really comfy, cozy right now. Now turn your back foot on its side. Now straighten your front leg. Walk your hands back under your shoulders or on a block. Left hand to your left hip as you turn to the left side of your mat. Stack your shoulders. Left arm comes up. We're here for the breath. Then look down on the inhale, rise up. And then readjust your legs if you need to for your triangle pose. So we kind of came into triangle in an awkward way, not getting as much length as we can. Now let's get as much length as we can. Move your hips to the left. Move your torso to the front. Find that triangle. Left arm up, right arm down, spin your heart open. Breathe. Pull your knees in. Lift up really strong. Hug your hips underneath you. Take another breath. Good. Empty the breath, look down. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, bend your front knee, windmill the hands down. And then rise up, crescent lunge, arms up. Exhale, prayer to the heart, lean forward. Send your weight to your right leg and float your left leg off the floor. Left knee to your chest. Open the left knee to the left side. Flex the foot, lift it a little higher than your hip. Turn it forward and place it down, arms by your side. And just like that. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it all the way back, crescent. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, pump. Inhale up. Hands to prayer, lean forward. Good. Now, take your left hand on the inside. Right foot turns on its side, straighten your front leg. Right arm comes up. Triangle from the ground up. Now we're going to build it differently. Look down at your toes. Inhale, rise up. Now make the adjustments on your foot. Your back foot is slightly turned in and maybe you move it forward a little bit. Right arm is back. Move your hips to the right. Move your torso to the left. Reach out as you can, as far as you can. Left arm down, right arm up. You can always be on a block. You could be on the inside or outside of your foot. Spin your heart open. Breathe. Triangle. Hug the left hip underneath you. Spin your heart open. Arms are strong. They're up and down like they're in a T. Like we did on the floor with our arms spread out to the sides. One more breath. Good. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, spin it around, hands on the floor. Square your hips. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, prayer to your heart, lean forward. Find the energy in that left leg. Float it up into right leg up into warrior three. Exhale the right knee to the chest. Inhale, lift. Open the leg out to the side. Flex the foot and lift it a little higher. Hug the left hip in a little bit closer. Inhale, bring the knee forward. 4 on the floor, 2 on the floor. Arms by your side. Good. Take a breath here. Let's just kind of erase that with a little Vinyasa sequence. Arms come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, high plank. Low plank or as many push-ups as you want. Go to your knees or straight arms, straight legs. Lift your heart up. Upward facing dog. Go, Cindy, go. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Chest towards your thighs. Lower your heels. Inhale back on your toes. Shift to your high plank. Knees lifted. Belly in. Lower halfway down or more or not at all. Upward dog, downward dog, hips up. Good, high on your toes, bend your knees and walk about halfway up your mat. Walk your hands back to your feet. Excuse me, halfway lift, inhale. Excuse me, exhale, fold. Inhale, ride the breath to stand all the way up. So you're about the middle of your mat, hands to your heart, feet together. Excuse me. It's like I feel like I sucked in pepper in my throat. Send your weight into your left leg and lift your right leg up. Flex the foot and open the knee to the side. And then just, think about hugging that left hip in. As you bring your foot, and help it out if you need to, into tree pose. Toes point down. Hug the left hip in towards your midline. I'm just going to take a sip of water and watch you. Rikshasana, tree pose. So in your tree, your arms can be in prayer. See if you can open the knee out like we just did standing. Or you can bring your arms up in any variations that work for you. You can also hold on to something. Now keep hugging the left hip in. Now bring your foot away from your thigh, lift it up again. Take it forward. Step down, arms by your side. Good. Inhale, bring your hands to prayer. Stand on your right leg, lift your left leg up. Open it out to the side, hug your right hip in, and then help it out to place it if you need to. Toes point down, right hip pulls in. It's like we're pushing against the two differences, right? So pushing against the right thigh against the inner foot. And then grow your tree if you'd like to. Keep hugging the right hip in. Take the hands back to prayer. Release the leg from your inner thigh. Turn it forward. Set it down. Separate your feet hips width apart. Forward fold. Take your peace finger grip around your big toes. Look forward, inhale. And as you exhale, put your thumbs underneath your fingers. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, elbows out to the side, head to the shins. And fold. Another breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, rise to stand. Step to the front of your mat. Arms by your side. Good, mountain pose. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it back, low lunge, or high lunge. It depends on what you want to call it, right? It's a low, high lunge. Good, pump it once. Bring it up, hands in prayer in front of you. Now straighten your front leg. I know I did it differently. Turn your back foot in, right arm down, left arm up, on a block or not. Look down at your toes. Inhale, rise up, find your triangle. Adjust your feet. So I like to move my back foot in a little bit, turn it toes in a little bit more. Start with your shoulders over your hips, then bump your hips to your left side and move your torso to your right side. Right arm down, left arm up. Stacking shoulders, lift your heart. Lift your knees up so they don't hyperextend, but the quadriceps get nice and strong. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now, look down at your toes, bend your knee, and reach your right hand in front or to the side for half moon Artichondrasana. Left leg is up. Right leg is hugging in. Half moon balance. Anything you play with in this pose is welcome. So if you bind or anything else, feel free, or stay in the pose in its traditional pose. All right, now, take your left hand down, square your hips. Take a block if you'd like and place it on one of the three heights. Right hand to your sacrum or your hip. Hug your right hip in, level out your hips. Keep your torso parallel. And then maybe your right arm comes up and we twist into twisted half moon pose. So left arm down, right leg, right arm up. Now, you don't have to look up because that may, change your balance completely. And that's fine. Or look, if you have the balance easily today, look up. Keep hugging the hips into midline. Squeeze the inner thighs together. And then just step your left foot back 2 to 3 feet. Bring your left hand inside or outside of the right foot. Twisted triangle pose. Stacking shoulders and hips. So looking up towards your right hand or down towards your right foot. Squeeze everything together. Breathe in, breathe out. Tricky pose for a lot of us. Tight hips create, the tension, so the block is really helpful for us. Take another breath here. Exhale, bring your hands on either side of your right leg. Fold over, pyramid pose. Draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Head towards your shins. So I'm going to offer you the option to keep your hands on the block or floor for a supported warrior 3, right? So you would just step your left leg back off the floor and keep yourself on the floor with your hands or block. Or if you want to stand up, bring your hands up, come up halfway, send your weight into your right leg, warrior 3. Either way, we're in warrior 3, one version or another. Then slowly exhale, left knee to your chest, stand up. It's a little harder now if you're on the floor. Open the knee out and come into tree pose. Prayer to the heart. Sometimes we fall out of our trees. I know I did as a kid. Breathe. Grow your tree if you'd like. Release the leg away from the thigh. Maybe extend the leg. Take it forward. Feet down. Arms by your side. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Step, step as you exhale. Take a vinyasa, skip it, add to it. You know what to do. You do you. Downward dog is where we meet. Inhale, high on your toes. Exhale, high plank. Vinyasa or skip and meet back in downward dog. Wow, Cindy, you're still going, girl. Chest to thighs. Inhale, on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Take yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Arms by your side. Inhale, arms up. Chair pose, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, right leg lifts as we lift. Exhale, step back, crescent, arms come up. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, bend the arms, straighten the leg. Inhale, bend the knees, hands in prayer. Lean forward. Now turn the back foot, straighten the front leg. Left arm down, right arm up. Look down, inhale, rise up. Now adjust. So the back foot might turn in a little bit more. It might also shorten the stance. Reach in two directions, knees are lifted, squeeze your thighs together. Inhale, bump your hips to the right, move your torso to the left. Reach out as far as you can go. And then take your left knee down, right arm up the triangle. Hug your hips underneath you. Just, we're looking for length, so anywhere you can grow yourself with a safe amount of length, right? Now, shoulders stay down away from the ears, bottom lift, ribs lift up. Take a breath. Good, now look down at your left toes, bend your left knee, and then take your left hand in front or to the side or on the block for half moon. And then just find some stillness here once you get there. You can look up again, you can look down, you can float your arms, you can float and bind your legs. Keep your arm underneath your shoulder so it's not too far away from you. Nice, guys. Good, Elise. So you're turning your body on its side. One more breath. It's the same pose as triangle with one leg off the floor. Now let's revolve that. Right hand down, grab a block, put it on any height, drop your right hip, bend your left knee if you need to. Left hand to your hip, lengthen your spine. And then twist in the opposite direction. Lengthen your torso. So before you get there, you lengthen your torso so that you have the space to rotate. Right? Otherwise, you're just going to be belly on thigh. Bone on bone things too. Breathe in and out. If you want to challenge your balance, look up. You can also bind your arms and legs. One more breath. And then simply step your right leg back 2 to 3 feet. Adjust your right hand to the inside or outside of the foot, left foot. And then we go into that revolved triangle. So we've done both of these triangles and half moons in revolved poses as well. One more breath. Good. Empty the breath, look down. Hands on either side of your left leg and fold. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. So again, you have the choice of staying on the blocks or floor in Warrior 3, or coming up, bringing your hands to your hips a little halfway, and then lift the right leg up. Bring it parallel to the floor. Exhale, right knee to chest. Open it out to the side, flex your foot, and place it in tree. Arms up. When and if you're ready. Just think more about the left hip hugging in and the right foot pressing in. Breathe in, breathe out. Take prayer to your heart. Release your right leg, right away from the leg, from the thigh. And maybe extend the leg out. Bring it forward. Set it down. Release it, shake it out, shake it out. Step to the top, take a breath in, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step through Vinyasa, your choice, how you get there, what you do, or meet in downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Vinyasa, or just take it back to dog. Heart lifts up. Downward dog, hips up. Bring your feet together. High on your tippy toes. Right leg lifts. Open your right hip on its side. Now lower your left heel. Square your shoulders, bend your right knee, kick the heel back towards the buttocks. Good. Move through the ankle, toes, just rotate a little bit. Now inhale, turn your hips square. Right knee to chest, round and curl. Into plank, look between your hands, step your right foot forward. Turn your left foot on its side. Straighten your right leg as you bring the right hand inside, left arm up. Triangle pose. Inhale, rise up. Good. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Walk your back foot in if you like to. Move your hips to the left, reach out for your true triangle. True triangle meaning we get the most length from standing, right? When we come from the floor up, it's not quite as much length. For most of us, maybe some of you can. Stack your shoulders. Exhale, the right knee bends, right hand in front or to the side. Half moon once again. Hug your right hip in. One more breath. Exhale, left hand down. Right hand to the hip or up. We're not here forever on this one, right? Twisting, Parvrita, Artichondrasana, half moon balance. Good. It's a hard pose, guys. Maybe that's why I hate it so much. But the things we ate are the things we need. Take another breath. Step it back. Walk your hand inside or outside for twisting triangle. I like this a little bit more. Breathe in and out. Another breath. Look down, hands down. Fold over your right leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Now, choose to be on the blocks or floor, or come halfway up. And we come through warrior 3. Now listen, inhale, bring your left knee to your chest. Extend it out or hold on to the knee. Or take your hand on the right hand on the outside of the left foot. And maybe twist open to the left side. Dancing Shiva. It's also a revolved. Uttita Hasta Padam Gustasthana. A whole lot of funny sounding words. Okay, so try it with your hand to your knee, if nothing else, right? One more breath, everybody. Now, come back to center. Release the foot, hands in the air. Exhale, bend the knees, chair. Sit back in your heels. Exhale, fold over your legs. Separate the feet, hang your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, high plank to low plank. Or skip it and meet in downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward and downward dogs. Again, you have the option to always add or skip the whole thing. Bring your feet together, back of the mat. Inhale, lie high on your toes, left leg lifts. Open left hip towards left side, bend the knee. Square your shoulders and hips, breathe. Maybe make some action, some movement through the ankle, the toes. And then turn your hips square, left knee to chest, round and curl. Come forward to high plank. Look forward, step forward. Turn your back foot on its side, left hand on the inside, right arm up, left leg straightens. Look down at your toes. Inhale, rise up, stand. Adjust your back foot accordingly. We've done it a bunch of times, so you know now maybe where you're feeling most comfortable. Move your hips to the right, torso to the left. Reach out as far as you can. Left arm down, right arm up. Breathe, triangle pose. So we're not here as long as we were the first couple of times that we were visiting this pose. Look down, bend your left knee, take a block with you if you'd like. Artichondrasana, half moon balance. Anything you do with your top arm, the bottom arm, the top leg, you choose. You could also do it with a very bent left leg. Take another breath. Exhale, right hand on the floor, a block. Left hand to hip or in the air. Right leg back behind you, hips are square. So you choose if you're going to take a look up at the sky, which may just totally change your balance altogether. Take another breath, keep your spine long. Good, now step your right foot back 2 to 3 feet. Take the block with you on the inside or outside of the left leg, twisted triangle pose. Exhale, hands on the floor. Either side, or blocks, either side of your left leg, hip moves back, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. You choose to be supported on the warrior 3, or bring your hands to heart, come halfway up. Send your weight into the left leg, lift your right leg up. Hold it there. Inhale, bring your knee to the chest and extend your leg forward. Good. Now either bend your knee and take your left hand to your knee, or both hands to your knee, or take your foot and extend it out again, maybe making the twist to the right side. Hug your hips towards midline. Breathe. Pavrita, twisted. Breathe. One more breath, everybody. Good job. Are you twisting in the opposite direction? Good, Maria's. And then, if you're there, release your foot, arms up, face front. Exhale, right leg down, bend the knees, chair pose. Inhale, forward fold as you exhale, head down to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it back through Vinyasa or go right to downward dog. Power in the legs in those up dogs. Good, come forward to high plank. Halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Chest towards your thighs, let your head hang down. Walk it right, walk it left. Bring your feet together, top of the mat, back of the mat, excuse me. Right leg in the air, open up the right hip, bend the knee. Trying to keep the torso parallel. And then bring your right knee to your chest. Stay in dog for this one moment. And then inhale forward, high plank, knee to chest. Knee to right tricep. Knee to left tricep. Knee to right wrist, lay the foot down, tuck the back toes underneath you, send the weight back, stay upright for a moment. Actually, if you have a block, sit up on it, even if you don't need to. So upright, like an upright pigeon. And for those of you who have, healthy knees and hips and can get your feet in line with the front of the mat, great. If not, the heel's gonna be closer to your groin. Now, lift your arms up. Reach up, hook your thumbs together. Reach up, so you can see why I asked you to sit on a block for a lot of us. Turning your left hip forward, lift your heart up, up, up. On the exhaling breath, release the arms. Walk your hands forward. Decide if you want to stay on the block or you're comfortable enough to take it out. Then walk forward into your pigeon. Good. Trying to square your hips. So if your right hip is down but your left hip is all the way elevated, or the front of your hip, then sit on the block again. Or go onto your back. Pigeon. You can do cross the right leg over the left leg. Sleeping pigeon. There's so many names for these things. Figure 4. And let your body just surrender. So I'm up a little bit up higher just so I can keep an eye on things. Just a couple more rounds of breath. Good. If you're down, come on up slowly. If you're on a block, move the block away from the right hip. And then let's just go ahead and take the left leg out to the diagonal. Not all the way forward. Right heel on the inside of the left leg. Good. Take your left hand to the big toe, or the inside, or a strap. Right arm comes up and we lean to the side. And then, just like we do in all of these poses, triangle and side angle pose, lift your torso and rotate the torso. It may be subtle, it may be huge. One more breath on this side. Then turn yourself to your left leg. One hand on either side, lengthen your spine. And then take your right hand to the left foot, shin, or ankle. Feel that really nice release on the right side. Turn your right ear towards your knee, take your left hand behind your back, and twist. So a lot of twisting and turning today, a lot of movement through the spine in all the 6 directions we are supposed to move. One more breath. Good. Now, if you're holding on, inhale, lift yourself up, release your bind, right arm by your right hip, left arm up, sweep open. Exhale, come on down. Hands in front, left leg sweeps behind you. Tuck the toes underneath you. Lift your right leg in the air, back to that 3-legged dog. Open the hip. If you like to flip your dog, here's a good opportunity. And then release it back to center. Right leg up. Downward facing dog. If you feel like you'd like to take a little vinyasa, come forward to high plank, lower halfway, up and down dogs. Hips up in the air. Okay, Michelle Pine, seal is coming again. So since you left me out last time, let's do it. Left leg in the air, bend your knee, heel towards your buttocks. Good, now turn your knee towards your chest, stay in dog for a moment. Then shift forward to high plank. Knee to left tricep. Knee to right tricep. Knee to left wrist. Right toes tucked under, smooth it back. And then take a block and sit up on your block, or towel, blankets, pillows. Lift yourself up. And then bring the arms up. Hook your thumbs the other way. You'll know it because you have a habitual side that you just naturally go to. And switch it up. Breathe, lift your heart up. Lift out of the basin of your pelvis. Ribs come down, lifting from the middle, upper back. One more breath, everybody. Talk to me. Exhale, hands down. Walk your hands forward. Decide if you want to stay on the block or come all the way down with your hips square. You know, again, if you're leaning off to that left side and the right hip is lifting up, I would put the block back under the tailbone, under the sitting bone. And then let yourself come all the way down. I'm up looking at you, so relax your neck and shoulders. Try to create or keep out any tension from this pose. 2 more breaths. Good, lift your heart up, inhale. Come up, take yourself off the block. Sit your left hip down, right leg to the diagonal. Foot on the inside, left foot. Left hand, either grab your peace finger grip around your big toes, or maybe you're just pulling yourself on the inside. Maybe you have a strap. Inhale, left arm comes up and over to whatever degree you can go. So some of you can grab both hands to the right foot, as long as you're not collapsing your torso, right? You're still lifting up and out, rotating up and around. Ooh, breathe in. One more breath. Good. Now take yourself to the right leg, both hands on either side of the foot. Lengthen your spine, so find that length. Left hand to the outside of the foot, shin, thigh, wherever but your knee. And then turn your left ear towards your right knee. Right hand moves behind you, binds somewhere. Maybe it's just your shirt, or maybe it's all the way into the inner thigh. So keep pushing and pulling at the same time so you create some of that length under the left side of your torso. Inhale, lift halfway. Release your bind. Left arm comes down, right arm comes up, hips come up. Exhale, come down. Spin your right leg back behind you. Tuck the toes underneath you. Left leg in the air, 3-legged. Bend the knee, and if you like to flip your dog into a bridge or a dancer's bridge or a wheel, feel free. And then rewind, left leg in the air. All 4 paws on the floor. Chest towards your thighs. Clear the slate one more time, come forward for a plank. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And then go ahead and bend your knees and place your knees on the floor. I'm just going to turn my mat for a moment for your benefit, not to see just my toes. So we're down on the floor. Sit back in child's pose. This time the knees are a little bit closer. See if it feels any different on your spine. And then walk your hands back to your knees. Lift yourselves up. Good. Come up onto your shins or your knees, so pad it up if you need to. Separate your knees, hips width apart. Place your hands on your back, fingers in either direction. So some of you will tuck your toes under, others won't have to or want to. It's a choice. So elbows squeeze in by your side, heart lifts. And again, it's the middle upper back that bends, not your hinging from your lower back. So lift up and backwards. Elbows squeeze in, lift your heart up. Eye gaze goes up. Decide if you need to tuck your toes or not, and see if you can reach your hands towards your heels. Again, some of you will grab your heels. Once you get there, push your hips forward so that your hips are on top of your knees. All right, so you're perpendicular to the floor, right? And then maybe your head goes back, heart opens, chest opens. Ustrasana, camel pose. To come out of it, put your hands on your hips, rise up, have a seat on your heels. Cup your heels with your hands. Tuck your chin to your chest. Bring your forehead to your knees and the crown of the head to the floor. Lift your hips up, round and curl. Pull your belly in. No weight in your head. Sit down on your heels. Take your time to sit up so you don't get dizzy. Come back up onto your shins. Hands on your hips in either direction. Toes tucked or not. Elbows squeeze together, lift your heart up. So right here, we're kind of right in the right place, but when we go to grab our feet, for some of us, we lean back. So when you do that, just push your hips forward again so that the hips are on top of the knees, and lift your heart up. Dropping the head back is, personal, as is 99% of this class, right? Personal. What works for you is great. To come out of it, hands to hips, rise up. Once again, sit on your heels, cup your heels with your hands, lift your chest up. Start with the chin to the chest, forehead to the knee, crown of the head to the floor, and then lift your hips up and round and curl. Put the weight into the top of the foot shin, not your head. Spread your upper shoulders apart. And then take it on down. Child's pose, palms up, shoulders drape. Slowly roll up to sit. Take your legs off to either side and bring them out in front of you. Lift up the flesh on the sides of the feet, the hips. Take your hands down by your thighs. Lift your chest up so your spine is long. Your toes turn up towards your face. Your knees are lifted or engaged, quadriceps. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Good. Exhale, reach forward. Keep that long spine and fold down wherever you touch, you touch. But don't do it at the expense of hanging from ligaments surrounding your back. Keep your spine long. So if you're only here, that's your max. That's great. Work on it. Stay with it. Practice and all will come. Inhale. And exhale. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, lift up. Good, just check that when you go backwards, your head should be on the mat. If not, adjust yourself forward a little bit. And then begin to roll your spine down one vertebrae at a time. Open the arms out to a T when you get there, head down. Take your legs as wide as the mat as you bend the knees, and drop the legs over to the right side. Right ankle above left knee if you like a little bit more. Keep your ankle above the knee as you bring the left leg back up and take the right leg over once and twist to the left. Uncross the legs, come back to center. Hug your knees to your chest, round and curl. And take your head down, arms out to the side. Legs as wide as the mat, let the knees fall to the left side. Left ankle above right knee, or keep it on the floor, you choose. Inhale back to your center, cross left leg over right. Shift hips left, knees to the right, twist. Uncross the legs, knees to chest. Round and curl. And exhale, send your legs out in front of you. Arms by your side, or take a minute or so if there's something you'd like to do, an inversion, a headstand, a handstand, an arm balance, or make your way right into your Shavasana. So find some piece of stillness that navigate for the next few minutes as you completely surrender to the earth. And if you're doing something else, take your time to bring yourself back down. If you need to cover your eyes, your body, place something under your legs, your back. And once you find your way into your final Shavasana, scan your body from top to bottom, inside and outside. Notice if there's any tension anywhere. Let go. Melt. Let your body absorb down to the most minute cellular level all the good stress that we placed on it, not the negative stress. So if you have the opportunity to stay longer, just turn off the camera, turn off the sound. But if you have a million returns to make day after Christmas and you need to get your day started, begin to make movements through your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Bring your way back up into a seated position with your hands at your heart center. Taking a moment of gratitude for getting onto your mats today and every time you step on that mat. This very inexpensive but very, very needed piece of property that we sit on, sometimes daily, several times a day. Honor and respect, gratitude to my mat as we bow down and honor each other. To the light, the peace, the love, the goodness within. Shanti, 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 and peace, peace, peace to all. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, Happy Sunday. Namaste. And for those of you at home, stay fit, stay healthy, get vaccinated, wear a mask.